In 2023, global debt reached a record of $307 trillion. That is more money than the entire world produces in 3 years. Let that sink in for a moment. Every single person on Earth, from a farmer in Ethiopia to a banker in New York, would need to work for more than 3 years without spending a penny just to cover that mountain of debt. This is not a small problem. This is a time bomb ticking quietly under our global financial system, and most people have no idea it's there. Today, we are going to talk about the truth about the next global financial crisis. Not to scare you, but to prepare you. Because when you understand how these cycles work, you can protect yourself, your family, and even find opportunities while others panic. Let's start with a question. Did you know that more than 60% of all US dollars in circulation were created in just the last few years? Yes, over half of the world's most powerful currency is brand new. That means money is no longer rare. When something becomes less rare, it loses value. And that is exactly why inflation has been eating away at our savings, making groceries, rent, and gas prices skyrocket across the globe. Think about it. Your $100 today buys far less than it did 5 years ago. In Argentina, inflation crossed 200%. In Turkey, people saw their currency lose half its value almost overnight. This is not just a story about numbers. This is about real lives, real families struggling to keep up. The truth is, financial crises follow patterns. They come like waves. The 1929 Great Depression, the 1970s stagflation, the 2008 housing collapse, and now the signs are all pointing to another one. The question is not if, but when. Experts from the IMF, World Bank, and major economists warn that debt, inflation, and inequality are creating the perfect storm. Let's break this down so you can understand it clearly. First, debt. Governments borrow money to fund projects, pay for wars, or support citizens during tough times. Businesses borrow money to expand. Families borrow money to buy homes, cars, or pay for education. Debt itself isn't bad. The problem is when debt grows faster than income. Right now, many countries owe more than their entire yearly GDP. That's like earning $1,000 a month, but owing $1,200 every month just to survive. Eventually, something breaks. Second, inflation. Printing money without increasing real productivity is like pouring water into a soup to make it stretch. At first, it seems fine, but soon the flavor disappears. Our financial soup is losing its taste. Wages are not keeping up with prices. People feel poorer even if their salaries look higher on paper. Third, inequality. Did you know that the richest 1% of the world owns more wealth than 99% of the global population combined? That gap is growing, and history shows that when inequality reaches extreme levels, societies become unstable. Civil unrest, protests, political chaos, all of these are symptoms of economic imbalance. But here's the part they don't tell you on the evening news. Financial crises are not just about Wall Street or government policies. They are about psychology. Fear spreads faster than numbers. The 2008 crisis didn't just happen because of bad loans. It happened because once people lost confidence, they rushed to pull money out of banks, sell their homes, and panic followed. Human emotion fuels financial collapse as much as math does. So, what can you do about it? First, don't panic. Knowledge is your best defense. Let's walk through some practical steps. Always diversify your income streams. Relying on one job, one business, or one investment is dangerous. Build an emergency fund, even if it's small, because during a crisis, cash is king. Learn new skills that cannot be replaced easily. During the 2008 crash, millions lost jobs, but people with digital skills and adaptable knowledge found new ways to earn. Today, learning about AI, online work, and digital businesses could be your lifeline. Also, watch the trends in technology. AI is reshaping finance. From robo-advisors to blockchain, the money of the future may not even look like the money you use today. Did you know that central banks around the world are experimenting with digital currencies? China already has a digital yuan. The European Union is planning a digital euro. The United States is exploring a digital dollar. If cash disappears, how will that change your daily life? Imagine a world where your money is fully traceable, programmable, and maybe even controlled by government rules. That future is not science fiction, it's being tested right now. Let's not forget climate change. Yes, it sounds unrelated, but climate disasters are costing trillions. Floods destroy crops, heat waves push up energy demand, and supply chains break down. When food prices spike because crops fail, when fuel becomes scarce, financial pressure spreads globally. The next crisis might not come from a bank in New York, but from a drought in Africa or a hurricane in Asia. Now, here is a shocking fact. More than 50 countries today are at risk of defaulting on their debt. Sri Lanka already collapsed in 2022, unable to pay for fuel, food, and medicine. Pakistan is struggling. Even developed nations like Italy and Japan are carrying debt levels that make economists nervous. If just one large economy falls, the domino effect could sweep across continents. But let's pause for a moment. This is heavy stuff. I want you to remember something important. Crises always bring opportunities. The Great Depression gave rise to new industries. The 2008 crisis gave birth to companies like Uber and Airbnb. Every downturn clears out weak systems and rewards those who adapt. If you prepare, you don't just survive, you thrive. So here's what you can do starting today. Pay attention to where your money goes. Cut unnecessary debt. Invest in knowledge, not just things. Stay updated on financial news, but don't get trapped in fear. Create connections and networks, because in times of crisis, who you know can be as important as what you know. And now, I want to hear from you. Do you believe the next crisis will be worse than 2008? Or do you think technology and global cooperation will help us avoid the worst? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because discussions like this are how we learn from each other. If you found value in this video, please hit the like button so more people can prepare for what's coming. Subscribe for more deep dives into finance, money, and the trends shaping our future. And don't forget to share this video with a friend who might need this knowledge. Preparation is not just about yourself, it's about protecting your community. The truth about the next global financial crisis is that it's coming. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next year, but the foundations are already shaking. The choice is yours. Ignore it and hope for the best, or face it with knowledge and action. Remember, history does not repeat, but it does rhyme. Let's be ready for the next verse.